What's good? What's good, everybody? What is going on? It is your boy Hitting Gems back with another live, live and direct from the crib, man. Already. Appreciate everybody for coming out with us today. You know, going to be talking about a new fragrance house. Well, actually, it ain't that new. New to some of us, but to others, it's been around. It's been spoken about. Um, can y'all hear me now? There we go. All right. So this house that we're going to be discussing, we're going to be sampling today, has been around for a while, y'all. And when I say a while, I think it's been talked about in our cul-de-sac a few times. I do believe my guy Charm talked about the brand and had a conversation with the owner. I believe my guy T Rizzy, Terrence, he actually had a conversation as well. And then, of course, Esteban recently, I believe a couple of weeks ago, had an interview with him and whatnot. I've been talking to the guy for over a year now, but we have not been able to get up together for whatever reason. And unfortunately, it might be the same situation for today, man. And per usual, I have to take responsibility for it. Um, you know, and go from there. But nonetheless, what's going on, everybody? Nonetheless, we are still going to be sampling his discovery set. And hopefully, if I can't get him on here today, hopefully I can bring him back for a Sense of Sounds, like what do we usually do? Where we bring him in, talk about his fragrances, and match them up with some music. So, with that being said, man, appreciate y'all for coming out again. We looks like we got about 14 in the chat, man. Let me go ahead and get to the chat. As a matter of fact, go ahead and shout out to all of y'all. First to step up to the plate was Fragrance Decant Boutique. What is going on? Good evening. Good evening. All right. My guy Rock Boy T was good, man. Wheel the Thrill. What's going on? All right. Buff Sense. Buff. Hey, we hit the gym. We back in there. We're done losing weight. Now we're trying to gain a little muscle again. Trying to get healthy, you know what I'm saying? Make sure that these pounds are healthy pounds. So shout out to you, my guy. Salsa dancer as we speak. Already, man. Mr. Clark, what's going on? Scent of the day is Commodity Iced. Gotta let us know how that little minty, mentho, excuse me, fresh note is. All right. Rafan, what's going on, baby? Mr. Taste, Scent of the Night, Virtu Soul Pochuli. All right. Nice. Twizzy, what's going on? What is going on? And of course, my guy Curtis Knows from overseas, man. What is going on, Curtis? Shout out to you, man. I've been seeing the interviews that you've been doing, man. Come a long way. Got some confidence on the camera and everything. You were over here talking about, I don't know if man, you are doing good, man. Keep up the good work. Keep it up. As a matter of fact, introduce me to one that I plan on having a conversation with pretty soon here. But shout out to you, my guy. You know what I'm saying? Keep up the good work, man. Even from overseas over there in Japan, man. I got to make my way out there. One of my young mentees just came from out there, and I seen some of the pictures. He told me about it. He said it was one of the best trips of his life, even though he's young. Yeah, but I think Don may be, 23, 24, something like that. So he ain't lived much life, but still, he says the best trip of his life. And so, hey, I'm going to have to go ahead and make that trip soon, man. We're gonna put some money to the side so we can go ahead and get outside of the country. All right. What up, Frankie? What's going on, baby? Already. All right, let me get in here. Twizzy says, Scent of the day is Acro Dark. All right. Frankie said, Scent of the day is Nazar Mango Paradise. All right. Haven't gotten my nose on that one. And, of course, my guy Beardson, what is going on? Scent of the day is Gisa. Let me see here. House of Gisa Mavro. All right. The Procurer. Everybody, man. Well, hey, appreciate y'all for coming out. I didn't really have a thumbnail up. Was putting it together kind of at the last minute, but we'll get that taken care of. But like I said, man, we're going to be talking about Koromas Aromas tonight. All right. And part of the reason for it is I've been reaching out to a couple of brands that are going to be at FragCon. All right. Unfortunately, there's a good chance that I might not be able to make it. And so I still wanted to have a conversation with these people, with these brands, see what they're up to outside of the initial, the big names like Initio and all that. I want to have a conversation with a few of them. Now, Parfums du Ciel, who y'all saw the video by, if you haven't, go check it out. Had a full conversation with her, talked about some of her fragrances and everything. She's going to be there. I plan on doing a little bit of a live for our event that we're going to, well, I say event, but our get together that we're going to have down here in Dallas. Shout out to Simone, Mr. Clark. Hopefully Dutch and Rockboy can make it the weekend after Mother's Day. All right. I do know several are coming down here on Thursday, but we're going to have things to do. We're going to be going out to eat, going to a cigar lounge. We're going to be going to a couple of, well, actually, we got about 4 places for perfumes and whatnot that we're going to be heading to. So, it's going to be a nice little fun-filled weekend, man. We're going to set some things aside and we're going to make it happen, baby. We're going to have some fun. We're going to have some real fun. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to enjoy it. Okay. There he is. Okay. All right. He just hit me. So we're waiting on him. Hopefully he can get up here. I was trying to get things connected on TikTok, but, they don't have that ability yet. StreamYard hasn't made it to where you can kind of connect on TikTok yet. So hopefully we can get there because I know his name has been ringing bells over there in TikTok. Shout out to my girl Alicia, who recently has a deal going on with his fragrances. I believe right now he has 25% off and whatnot. No, I was thinking about getting a couple from her TikTok shop. So we're going to see, man. But let me go ahead and finish this up. I'm going to buy him a little more time. Buff said scent of the day is platinum. Scent of the night is Memo Ocean, or Coach Platinum, and then Memo Ocean Leather. All right. I don't know if I finished this, but scent of the day from the Procurer, all right, is Dolce & Gabbana, the One Perfume. Okay, layered with Latafas Mashrabia. Nice. What up, Raph? What's going on, my guy? All right. Of course, Dutch in the building. What is going on? So today is cough medicine and cough drops. All right. Smelling a medical mess. Okay. All right. What is up? My guy Kicks, what's good, man? So today is Nitro Elixir. Nice little spicy, sweet frag. All right. Listen, moving, not able to type. It's all good, man. Appreciate you for tuning in, man. So Jason won't be on tonight. I saw him on the thumbnail. The guy has clickbait. What happened is when I don't initially put a thumbnail up, it automatically goes back to the default, which is the one that we have been using for years. Mr. Fragcom is a business. Anyway, what up, Jason, man? What's going on, baby? Hey, as long as it sips and sniffs, Jason is always part of the advertisement, man. You know what I'm saying? He's got to earn his money somehow. You know what I'm saying? He's got to earn his quarter of this, or no, I'm sorry, he's got to earn his third of this nothing that we're getting nowadays. And it's crazy too, because it's funny. Like when we were doing the super chats and whatnot, and when people send super chats, what a lot of people don't understand is once you get in there, a lot of people think, oh, if I send 20, you know what I'm saying, even though they're going to take out 30%, hey, sips and sniffs will get a good amount. Well, what they don't tell you is that they will not cash you out until you collect at least $100. So if you are sitting on $60 of Cash App for 3 months, you will have $60 in Cash App, and it's just going to be a big digital IOU. And right now we are sitting at $66 as a digital IOU from YouTube until we get it up to 100. It is crazy, man. It is funny too, though. What up, Marion? What's going on, baby? Hey, it's funny how YouTube works, baby. But you got to roll with the punches, man. Marion, what's going on? All right, wearing that watch on, that Parfums de Marly. Nice. Already, Garland. What's good, man? All right. What's going on, everybody, man? Much love to you, my guy. All right, let's go ahead and get to this. I'm still checking on this. I am. Let me go ahead and message him before I get to this. Like I said, FradCon is coming up August 14th and 15th in Houston. Okay. And so I wanted to touch base with some of the indie niche brands that I have not already talked to, and some of the ones that I have, just to see what they got coming and whatnot, leading into it. Just give everybody a heads up and give a little attention to all the brands that I'm talking to. All right. And so I decided to make another attempt to get in touch with Koroma, because last time we had talked, man, things fell apart for me. Some stuff was going on, and so I wasn't able to. But now we're in talks. I know he's trying to get in right now, and I'm trying to get him in, as a matter of fact, as well. Hold on. But basically, I went to Scent Explorer, as y'all know, and I ran into him there. We keep bumping into each other, whether it's Dallas, New York, it don't matter. But I was able to secure a discovery set of his. All right. Now, I had smelt this prior to with a guy, with one of my guys, Frank. Shout out to Frank from Sense Eternal, the little niche store up here. All right. And I was able to get my nose on him, me and Tanisha and him. And we did a recording. Unfortunately, because I didn't have the mics on, yeah, the audio was all over the place. And because of that, I went ahead and canned it. I canned it. All right. I was just like, hey, you know what? I'll come back to it. I'll get him on here again, and we'll get a direct conversation with him, But yeah, it took a little longer than I thought, being that I kept having other people scheduled in. So now that we got time, we're going to do what we can to get him in here. All right. But man, look, I have met up with him at the Dallas Scent thing, at the Dallas Scent event. All right. That was hosted by the same lady that's doing FradCon. And he put me on his new release, all right, which is Sugar Hill. And y'all, I wanted to get him up here to talk about it, because that thing is a beauty. It is unisex, but it is beautiful for sure. You know what I'm saying? And hey, hopefully I get him up here, and yeah, we can go from there, man. Hold up. Let me get in here. Dutch Sick, and they talking about get better, man. Jason and his draws. Boy. And there he is. I see you in the back, man. Hey, give me a thumbs up when you're ready to come up, baby. If you can hear me. You know what I'm saying? Curtis said, got to get you on the channel, my friend. Hey, you let me know what time and when, and I will make it. Promise you. All right. Yeah, I thought this would be best. I thought this would be great time. And Jason, Pistons over there getting their butts handed to them. All right. And shoot, hey, everybody needs a break from that ass whooping. You know what I'm saying? What was it? The Knicks kicked the Atlanta Hawks ass last night. Shout out to New York. They're getting taken home in the second round, But hey, we gonna be there for it. All right. What up, Shea Butter? All right. And we gonna go from there. But I see him in the background. Let me go ahead and get him up. All right. All right, built to ass, baby. David, what's going on? And here we go. Shout out to Slick Rick.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on?
Oh, man. What's good, though?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How you doing?
Doing great now, man. Doing great, man. It's been a long day, James. And shout out to you, man. Hey, for the special name. You know what I'm saying? Rarely do you get two names of greatness on the screen at the same time.
That's right. A fellow James in the building.
But yeah, man, hey, I'm so glad you were able to make it, man. Look, I've been trying to make this happen, and I've been fumbling the ball. I have been fumbling. I have to take responsibility for that. It's been on me. Even today was almost a fumble. Traffic in Texas. Dallas is getting almost as bad as Houston at times.
I'm hearing that. Yeah.
and that's a shame. And speaking of Houston, man, let's go ahead and talk about it real quick, man. We gonna get to the brand introduction and everything, but man, hey, tell me. So, how did you hear about FragCon? Because I know that's up and coming, and that's the next thing. How'd you hear about FragCon? Curiously, did someone reach out or what?
So it's actually interesting. I heard about FragCon from a creator that I met at Scent Explore in December. So
Mm,
he reached out to me. He was like, listen, man, he had the opportunity to sample my collection. And he was like, listen, you have straight bangers. You have to be at FragCon. So he was
mm,
connecting with the actual creator of the event. And he put her in contact with me. And she sent me over a deck of what it is that they planned on doing. And this year, part of my goal was to make sure that we could actually go on tour to different expos in different cities. So it
mhm.
was alignment. And we kind of just kept going from there. So,
It
yeah.
sounds great, man. I look. Make sure she's in the other room. All right, so you know, supposed to be going to a wedding. If it doesn't work out, I will be there. Unfortunately, I'm not liking the $135 price tag right now, so I think I'm gonna have to create some clip or something. You know what I'm saying, and talk to the lady just in case. But we're trying to work ourselves down there. All right, so if it doesn't happen or if something comes up, we'll be out there. But for now, looking forward to that wedding and everything.
I hear that.
But yeah, man. But no, man. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a great event, man. My guy Dez and everybody else has been big hyping it up. But man, and you have definitely been on the move. You have definitely
Yes, sir.
look. I didn't know. I did not think that I would see you pop up in Dallas before I saw you in Houston, which was a great surprise. But it was a surprise nonetheless, man. What brought you? Was the same person that told you about the Dallas event?
Yes, it was. So Clara was the organizer for FryCon, and she let me know that she'd be doing the Dallas fragrance experience. And I met her in person for the first time in Chicago at Fumes. So she said, "Yeah, I know you did extremely well in Chicago at Fumes. I know you do well in Dallas too. So you should come out." And we definitely did, and it was my first time in Texas. So I said, why not? And we had an amazing time. There were a lot of great people out there. The community was amazing, and I definitely do it again.
Definitely, man. Definitely, man. And it was great seeing you out there. I mean, the energy was high. You know, there was some really good brands. I recently did a video with Parfums du Ciel, the other one that was not too far around the corner from you.
Hmm.
And yeah, man, it was a great event. I was glad to see you there. But
Me too.
normally I would start off with your signature pieces and whatnot, but nah. All right. Now, while it's fresh on my mind, let's go ahead and get to it, Karam. All right. We're going to talk about your latest release and then we're going to get into you, okay, on your past and everything else. But while I've still got this smell fresh on my mind, because I wasn't able to get a sample, but I got some on skin. Look, shout out to you for Sugar Hill, man. Tell us about it, baby.
Sugar Hill is special, y'all. So Sugar Hill, the fragrance that Hidden Gems is talking about is this bottle right here. Now, what makes Sugar Hill so special is that this fragrance is the beginning of a completely new collection that I'm creating called the Harlem Castle Collection. Now, previously, where I have a collection of fragrances called the Corona Collection that hosts Catalyst, Vanilla Bourbon, Evada Vanille, Trance, and
Mhm.
Montmorency, right? But none of these names spoke to where I come from and the inspiration behind my brand as a whole, which is Harlem.
Yeah,
So, what I decided to do was I felt like sometimes a lot of people don't understand just how historically rich Harlem actually is. And I know that scent is our strongest tie to memory. So I took two passions that I have, where I'm from and my passion for fragrance. And I decided there's an opportunity for us to conjoin the two and build a true, not only experience in scent, but story that follows behind these fragrances. And I decided, why not start off with one of the most prominent spaces in Harlem, Sugar Hill. Now, Sugar Hill is known as the Sugar Hill Gang. People know the Sugar Hill movies with Wesley
Mhm.
Snipes. Sugar Hill is prolific, and it was a very, very big name for a long time, and it still is to this day for very real reasons. And
For
that's
sure.
because it was a space where you could find anyone from Thurgood Marshall, Duke Ellington, Lena Horne, the first Black celebrity to transition out of the music industry and into beauty as well, Count Basie, as well as um, I'm missing one, Martin Luther King, when he lived in Harlem as well. He resided in Sugar Hill. Now, Sugar Hill was special specifically because the definition of the name Sugar Hill is the sweet life. So, Sugar Hill was the definition of the sweet life for African Americans in Harlem. So, when I decided to create this fragrance, I wanted to really immerse people in that richness, in that history, in the culture. So we decided to go up to Sugar Hill and teach people about some of those spaces and encapsulate both the essence and the culture of Sugar Hill incense.
All right. I like that, man. And man, hey, and the funny thing is, you said it is the sweet life, or at least that's what it was referred to. Hey, y'all, this fragrance is everything sweet, but it's not so sweet that it's only for women. This is sweet candied goodness that dries down to such a unisex but more masculine leaning fragrance. But y'all, it's so good, man. Look, I did a live. I want to say the night that I left the Dallas event, and I talked about it because it was still on skin, and it was so good. If y'all get a chance, man, hey, if you're in New York, go over there, holler at Chrome. You know what I'm saying? And get your nose on it. But Chrome, let me ask you something. So this one right here, okay, this is not in the discovery set right now. Will
No.
there be a decant? Will you be selling like a 10 mil or something like that?
So we will be figuring out some ways to sample Sugar Hill in the meantime because it's going to be a part of a completely different discovery set. But
Ah,
we have had opportunities where we've been, throwing a few samples into some orders, full bottle purchases, just to let people sample and smell what it's like. But as far as building a full discovery set, that will be coming soon because we're working on some new fragrances that'll be dropping to complete this collection. So
ooh,
can
all
expect
right,
some new heat, man.
all
We are
right.
working.
Yeah, man. Because I mean, as good as these as the original five, you know what I'm saying? The dynamic five that you already have, as good as they are, man, I'm really excited to hear that you adding some more to it, man, because these fragrances, y'all, you know what? Forget it. We're just gonna go ahead and get into it, man. We're just gonna go ahead and get into it, all right? So hey, first thing first, Koroma, tell us about yourself, man. Give us a quick overview. Where you come from, what is your background, and how did you get into this space of fragrance?
Yes, sir. So, hello everyone. My name is James Koroma, and I am the owner of Koromas Aromas, Harlem's very first perfumer and native fragrance house. I got into fragrance because my grandfather was a perfumer himself, and he curated fragrances in Liberia. And during the Liberian Civil War, he left Liberia and he traveled different African countries, and he had the opportunity to expose himself to a wealth of raw materials as he was traveling. So he came to the United States when I was 5 years old, and at the time I had developed a very, very acute and strong sense of smell. So when I had the opportunity to witness my grandfather creating fragrances in our basement, he held on to his passion. And I have a firm belief that inspiration is the highest form of human interaction. And me being able to witness my grandfather create fragrances is how I was then inspired to now move on to become Harlem's very, very first perfumer.
Nice, nice, man. So let me ask you this, all right? So growing up, did you by chance, what was the most worn fragrance that you wore? Probably, let's say high school. Typically, most people really start getting into wearing fragrances or intentionally wearing fragrances more so in high school. What was your favorite fragrance back then in high school, man?
For me, it was absolutely Chanel Blue. I had a big, big Chanel Blue phase. I was wearing That was a point where I was experimenting and realizing, some of the fragrances that I had worn kind of felt a little more like phases. But I wore Gucci Guilty for a little while, Spice Bomb,
Mm,
um, what else? I was wearing a lot of like the mainstream fragrances at that point because my grandfather had all of them. I did a little Versace for a while,
all
Creed
right.
Aventus. That's really when I was doing Creed Aventus at that point. But yeah, at that point I realized I wanted to really take creating fragrances seriously because I kind of felt like I was getting a lot of the same DNA from the masculine leading scents. And I
Gotcha.
wanted something that felt more like more well-rounded.
Okay. Okay. All right. So when you started out, all right, what was your first fragrance that you created?
Vanilla. It was a vanilla fragrance. So,
What made you want to go the route of vanilla? What was because honestly, vanilla is a very common note.
mhm.
So a lot of people think it's easy to create something with vanilla. What caused you to start with vanilla?
So it was something my grandfather was experimenting a lot with. I felt like at the time he was using a lot of bergamot. He was working with a lot of citrus. He was making very masculine leading fragrances. So I wanted to branch out from what it was that I saw him creating. And in the process, I just experiment. So I got some amber, some vanilla, and I just started mixing to try to see how it would smell. And it was cool, but I realized it wasn't complete. It was just, mixing and really getting that trial and error under my belt. But after a while, it's like you realize, okay, this is maybe a a block, right? Maybe I just continue to build on this and I add more. And it's kind of like fragrance starting that way really took me down a journey of really thinking of fragrance as like a puzzle. Basically, you're taking notes and puzzle piecing a scent together. And um, yeah, it was a lot of fun for me looking at it from that perspective because most of the time, you'll come across a lot of notes, especially when you're learning early, that sometimes clash in the composition. And you don't like it'll completely shift everything it is that you're working on. And yeah, just having so many of those moments and taking the time to learn from it is really how I got to the point of recognizing how I wanted to take my journey as a perfumer.
Got you. Got you. And so, of this collection that you have so far, of the first six, well, should I say first five? All right.
Hmm.
What was your first that you actually was able to say, I'm finished?
Oh, the first five, I would say the first fragrance in the collection would definitely have to be Catalyst. Or you're saying when did I know at the end of the last
What?
fragrance?
No, no, just which one was first to be finished?
Oh, okay, yeah. So it was Catalyst. Yes,
Okay,
Catalyst was the
Catalyst.
first, and that's actually a part of the reason why I named it Catalyst. So I named the fragrance Catalyst, and this is by far my most favorite fragrance in the collection. I love Catalyst,
All right.
and the reason why I enjoy this fragrance so much is that my goal in creating this scent, it marked a transition in how I curated fragrances. So I grew up down the street from Dapper Dan's Atelier in Harlem. I grew up
Ah,
on 122nd and 7th Avenue, y'all. And his Atelier at the time was on 122nd and Lenox Avenue. And being able to witness him bring just about anybody that you can think through to Harlem on account of the artistry that he had created, the craftsmanship he dedicated his life to, was extremely inspirational to and for me. So what I did as I was growing and learning more, I'd actually go down the street and talk to him and ask him questions about how he built his brand and the mindset behind building a brand. And I felt like at the time he would really school me, ask me questions about what it is that I'm looking to build. And um, he really made me realize just how important culture is to the DNA of creating a brand. And when I thought about what was lacking in the fragrance industry, And what was lacking in my creation at the time was true intention. And that intention that was lacking is like, what do I want these fragrances to do? How do I want them to perform? And how do I want my impact and creation to follow through in the hands of my customers? And that transition ended up being really taking the time to highlight culture. Each of these fragrances is designed to walk you through an experience of what it's like to grow up in a space as culturally rich as Harlem. I want people to feel the essence of the confidence that I grew up with, that I gained just walking the streets in Harlem from the community that I grew up on. And my goal truly is to, just expand that experience because, the culture that I've grown up on is global. I've watched it go all over the world. And I truly enjoy just highlighting the beauty of the space that made me the man that I am today from a different perspective in scent.
Most definitely, most definitely. All right. Well, I tell you what, let's go ahead and talk about Catalyst. Let's go ahead and start with that one, man. All
Yes,
right. So
sir.
we've got Catalyst pulled up. As you can see, for those who don't know, if you go to his website at koromasaromas.com, all right, you go to products, they'll give you, you'll go to a page where they have all the fragrances, including Sugar Hill or whatnot, listed and the discovery set that you can go in and take a look at. Now, he does sell them in the extrait de parfum and in the
Yes,
eau de
sir.
parfum. The EDPs for those who happen to care are 150. The extraits are 225. All right. So pick your poison. But trust me, you're gonna die happy. You're gonna die with a smile. All right. But
Understood.
but right now we're talking about Catalyst. He said it was his first one. The name is it was the Catalyst. You know what I'm saying? It started it all. But man, I got a chance to go ahead and spray it on skin. Let's look at the notes, man. What made you put bergamot, saffron, and oud in the top, lavender, white honey, and vetiver in the mid, and the base, the amber, and the white musk? What triggered that combination of all combinations that you could have chosen?
So Catalyst is almost like a rendition of all the notes that I enjoy in one. So I grew up around a lot of amber, lavender, reminds me of my mother and my aunt as well. They wore a lot of lavender and sandalwood. And the way I like to create my fragrances, I like to use notes that have an effect from an aromatherapy perspective. Yes, yeah. Yes, you guys definitely want to sign up on our website. And once you sign up, you get a 15% discount. So you definitely want to sign up to our email list so you'll keep up with everything it is that we have going on. But with Catalyst, my goal was to create a fragrance that felt so much more like a signature to me. And the way that I did that, I pieced together notes that really, really held very important memories of people in my life. And I decided lavender reminds me of my mom, sandalwood, the warmness of vanilla, the bergamot and the saffron feel spicy, but not overly spicy. It's just a hint of it in there. And then you have a hint of oud as well. And it's like bringing all of these notes together. It's almost like the type of fragrance every single day I wake up. Like this is the type of scent I've gone through at least 10 bottles already. And the reason why is because it's the type of scent that you put on and you feel uplifted. You feel
Yes.
fresh, you feel clean, and it feels luxe all in one. And I feel like that feeling is so contagious. I feel it every time I put it on. And it's because when you have a lens of how different notes and accords impact both the mind and the people who are smelling the fragrance, like once you start building from that perspective, it truly is an experience opposed to it being a smell good. Because where it starts is not where it finishes. And the goal is to really make people travel as they're wearing these scents.
Got you. Got you. Just so that the chat knows, I got your question, Will. I'm definitely going to answer that towards the end or at least towards midway. Simone, I also got your question on there too. I will definitely address those, but let me go ahead and talk about Catalyst because Catalyst is definitely a good one for the high heat, in my personal opinion. All
That's
right.
right.
Um, what I get up top is bergamot, I get the saffron. It does give it a little spice, but more so it gives it a texture on my skin. It gives it a little rough feel. You know what I'm saying? The oud is not one that's offensive. It definitely is well blended in here, but you do sense the lavender. All right. The lavender and the white honey give it a sense of sweetness and softness. So I get where you were coming from because it does have almost like a motherly warmth. You know what I'm saying? I
Hmm.
guess that's one way of putting it, right?
Yeah,
So
that's what it registers to me because I just remember that lavender on my aunt and my mom.
yeah, man, it's a subtle. It's well, it's not subtle, but it's a softness on top of the roughness from the saffron that I'm getting. So it gives it a little rough body, but then it's like a veil of softness over it with that lavender and that white honey. Now, of course, the warmth is also being added from the amber in there, and the musk must be helping it soften it as well. But y'all, this is really nice. This is really good for high heat. I'm thinking. Don't let the saffron and oud fool you. This is, I mean, this almost feels similar to the oud that I get when I see certain brands will put this white oud. You know what I'm saying? And so it's very soft. It kind of gives it a earthy feel, which is
Hmm.
probably adding to the blend with the vetiver and whatnot. There's a woodsy kind of earthy feel at the back of this. You know what I'm saying? You pick it up more on the dry down, but initially you get that soft, vibrant citrus with some sweetness and some warmth, man. And it's good. This is
Thank
definitely
you.
good. This was top three when I was discussing it with my friends Tanisha and Frank. I think you know Frank from Sense Eternal over here in Frisco, Texas.
I do.
Yes, we were doing it together. We did a whole recording. We were up there for like 2.5 hours, but my mic wasn't working. And so
Uh,
I have the recording, but I had to scratch it because I didn't know how to adjust the audio at the time. But dude, we sat back and we smelt all these. And man, this was definitely this by the end of the night ended up being my number three. All right. And this is just good, but this is unisex, but it's definitely something that a man can wear, anybody can wear. If you want something soft, clean, yet citrusy, vibrant, yet still a little edgy on the dry down, you know what I'm saying? Something with a little earthy feel. This is for you, man. This is truly for you. And honestly, the bottle coloration depicts it all. All right. You've got gold and white. So white gives you a subtle color, a very soft feel, with the gold giving you kind of resembling the citrus, the brightness, and yet also because you're using honey, the sweetness is a bright sweetness. It's not just sugary. You know what I'm saying? It's a bright sweetness that adds to that citric flavor. So yeah, man, I like this. This is definitely a good one. How
Thank you. I
how does
appreciate
this
that.
sell, man? How well does this sell?
It sells well. I feel like people are really realizing now how beautiful Catalyst is. One thing that I've recognized over time is that, say, for example, if you were to have started with the Discovery set, that it's such an exciting experience being able to smell something fresh and new that sometimes it's a bit tough. Like I feel like people don't have the opportunity to really experience each fragrance. And
Hmm.
it's like there are certain scents that stick out first for certain people, like a vanilla bourbon or Montmorency, um, or a Nevada vanilla might stick out first before they get to the catalyst. Um, but people are recognizing it now. People
Good,
are
man.
really recognizing it.
It really needs some attention, man. This is really good. And then it has like on the dry down, it still gives you the earthy kind of textured feel, but then it has a level of creaminess to it too.
Hmm.
Yeah, this is good, man. Look,
Thank you.
I'm coming back to it, but just remembering everything that I experienced prior to and now is crazy. All right, but so Will, that would be my second one. The other one we're going to talk about in a moment. All right, as far as my summertime high heat recommendations from the house. All right, now shout out to my girl. To the sister of the group, Simone, she asked about Montmorency. All right. So
Hmm.
I wanted to go ahead and touch on that now and go from there, man. Now, I already know the story behind it, but explain Montmorency for us, man. Explain that one.
So Montmorency was created in I believe it was around November or no October of 2023.
Mm-hmm.
And it was actually a very big mistake. So when I was curating Montmorency, my goal was previously I had gotten critiques because at the time I had only had three fragrances in the collection, which was Catalyst, Vanilla Bourbon, and Nevada Vanille. And I had some women that had smelled my collection say that they felt like they wanted something that was a bit more feminine leading. So I said, you know what? I don't specialize personally in creating fragrances for either gender. It was something that I was doing previously. And at that point, it just used to feel so redundant because I felt like I was creating a lot of the same stuff and it was boring. But I said, you know what? Let me challenge myself to try. And I did it. And I like once I finished creating the composition, I actually let it sit for I think it was about 2 months, and I went back to the composition and it actually got heat damaged. Not only was it sitting for a very long time, it got heat damaged. And I went back to the fragrance, I smelled it, and I realized this is the furthest thing from a feminine leading fragrance. It has a mix of vanilla, Montmorency cherry, sandalwood, pink pepper, ginger, peony, jasmine, and honeysuckle with some rose as well, right? And the amber in the fragrance starts off very fresh and it rides behind the sandalwood and the pink pepper at the top with the rose as well. And as it dries down a little bit more, you get some of the ginger, the peony, the honeysuckle, and then the rose again, and it's really smooth. Generally, cherry fragrances tend to smell a bit medicinal, but this is the furthest thing from that. It goes from savory to seductive as it dries down.
Mm.
And it's funny because it actually ended up being my second bestseller in the collection.
I can see why, man. Montmorency cherries, and this is a cherry flavored. Let me say that because this is very gourmand feeling. It's a very gourmandish cherry in here. But I had to look up the Montmorency, and I was like, okay. I looked it up, and I realized, wait a second, I've heard that before. The tart cherry, that sweet
Mhm.
yet tart cherry that they put in some of the drinks and whatnot. And it had me thinking when I smelt this on skin, I was like, that's where it leans, man. That is truly where it leans. In the opening, I get that sweet, but yet tangy. Like a hint
Mhm.
of tanginess. Now, this is not the tangy that you taste. This is the tangy that you smell. So it's not going to be overly sweet. It's going to have a little tart on the smell that almost smells somewhat ripe. It would smell ripe and other fruits such as pineapples and whatnot. You would smell it. On this one, you smell the tartness, almost like it's a little riper than it should be. But man, this is good because, and the thing is that unlike most cherry notes, and I tell there are some good cherries out there, but the one thing that I do like about this and the ones that I do like is that it's not so heavy and so cloying in the blend that it kind of smears, smudges, or engulfs all the rest of it. You still get the florals. You still get some brightness, some freshness in here as well. It's not a heavy cherry fragrance. It's not heavily tart. The sweetness is very aromatic, blends in with the florals and the vanilla. This is good, man.
Thank you.
This was one of my favorites. This was one of my favorites. Man. I ain't gonna lie. It, it,
You are
it,
not
it's
alone.
hey man, it's hard to find, and I'm being honest. It's hard. It's hard to find a really good cherry fragrance. All right. I think Chris Collins had a good one. This is not just because you're up here. I liked his. It wears well, but I would put yours over it only because of that tartness. It does something other than just a cherry. His is more sweet cherry forward. Yours has a tartness. It has a twist to it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Not to mention, I like this one because you didn't have to overly put in the florals so that the cherry didn't stand out and stand alone in the front. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? So I definitely appreciate this, man.
Thank you. I appreciate the fact that you even picked up on something that I forgot to mention. You know, the sweet and tartness of the Montmorency cherry is a very big detail, and I definitely missed that part. So you definitely know your stuff because you caught that.
Hey man, I like to, as Pops would say, I like to get me a little taste every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? Get me a little taste. All right. So even with the old fashions and whatnot, sometimes I use the Montmorency cherries. I don't think that's the ones that they're supposed to use. I'm not sure, but I've seen them use Montmorency cherries at some of the bars, some of the lounges that I go to and whatnot. And they put that in there with the orange peels and everything. So yeah, man, it's one of those things that you smell it. If you've smelt it, then you smell it. And
Hmm.
that's pretty much what it is. Yes, sir. So yeah, man. So this is a big hit with the women, huh?
Women and men alike, both ways.
I definitely, I'm definitely feeling this one, man. For real, this is good, man. And then you've got the sandalwood, the ginger, and pink pepper. Man, look, I know what the sandalwood's doing. All right, it's more apparent in the dry down, more so than anything. I don't really see it doing much anything other than coming through almost somewhat dry because it's not really giving it a creamy, like a heavy creamy, because this is very aromatic. I want people to know that this is not your heavy cherry fragrance. This thing is very aromatic, very floral still, but that ginger and that pink pepper, it's almost like it's bringing forth everything else. It's good. That's a hell of a
And
blend, man.
it's big too because you know pink pepper sometimes can be very strong. Pink pepper, black pepper, they're both very strong notes, and sometimes they can overpower a composition. So it's important for me to dial it back.
Yeah. And here goes one question. My guy Dutch says a syrup style cherry. No, no, it's not syrupy. And that's what I was getting at earlier. It's not heavy, it's not condensed. It's the syrup the cherry is very soft but there. It's very soft but noticeable. Like I said, it blends in well with the flows and everything. It's this is good. This is really, really good. Seriously. Yeah, yeah, I like this. I like this. This is definitely a keeper, man. Anybody who's looking for a cherry fragrance that you can wear in the open and wear in the closed, all right, in the closed environments, this is definitely one to get your nose on. Like I said, y'all, he's got the 15% going on if you sign up, if you subscribe to him. Right now, you have a. Let me go ahead and say this: you have a deal going on, a special going on.
I
Uh,
do.
Talk about it before we go ahead and get started because there might be some people that are interested in it before the live's over. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and talk about that right now, please.
So we this is actually my birthday month, and we are actually about to head into Mother's Day. So we decided to do a Mother's Day sale because when I was born, I was actually my mother's Mother's Day gift. So we have a sale for 25% off in honor of my birthday and Mother's Day, guys. So all you have to do is utilize the promo code stock restocked. That is RESTOCKED. And if you put that promo code in at checkout, you will receive 25% off. Now, we do not normally do sales like these. So you guys definitely want to take advantage as the sale is alive.
I just went ahead and put it in the chat. So if y'all are interested, 25% off, restocked, y'all. All right. Shout out to my guy All World. All right. Soul of my soul. All right. Nice, nice, nice. All right. The chat is crazy, man. The chat's always going to be chatting and talking and everything, man. It- Especially this guy. He only comes in every once in a blue moon, but when he does, boy, he's always got something funny, man. What up, AGB? But yeah, man. So that was the second one, man. Montmorency, y'all. Beautiful cherry fragrance. All right, aromatic, floral, nice, warm. Not offensive. It's not going to be cloying in the high heat. However, I would not necessarily recommend it depending on your spray routine. If you are a 6 spray guy, maybe 4 to 6, you could definitely wear this outside. You know what I'm saying? I definitely agree. But if you're going more than 8, I'll stop it at 8. More than 8, out here in this Texas heat, I don't know if I want to be around you at that point. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm talking about now, Chrome, because you came in at mid levels. You know what I'm saying? You came in on an 80 day.
It
And
wasn't bad.
you're going to be at hundreds consistently.
I don't know how y'all do it out there, man.
Well, we just, hey, literally out here, you either stay black or you die, one or the other. But you stay black and fry. Stay black and fry. You're going to be outside. You going to darken up, baby. For
Oh,
real.
man.
But all right, man. So that's our second one. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get to the third one. Okay. You know what? This is one that I could not remember what it smelled like, but let's get to it. And actually, was this in the original one, or did I smell a discovery set that maybe didn't have it? It's Ivada Vanille.
Yes, Ivada Vanille.
It wasn't the original.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just don't recall it. I don't recall the name. But all right, tell us about it, man, please.
So Ivada Vanille is a very special vanilla. Now, this is a mix of rose, vanilla, tonka bean, cardamom, cinnamon, with a hint of leather and tobacco.
I love that. I love the sound of that, man.
But when I created this fragrance, the goal behind this scent, I actually had the idea to curate it when I went to go and pray. And sometimes it's interesting, like I can visualize the way I like something smells in my head. And that's what happened when I was smelling Ivada Vanille. When I was thinking about curating Ivada Vanille. And I had the idea when I was praying, I left the mosque, I went home and I started working on the composition immediately. And it was actually one of the fastest fragrances that I created in the collection. Um, but what was special about it is that it's the kind of fragrance that feels uplifting. It has a darkness and a richness to it, but it's still smooth at the same time. And then you catch that cinnamon at the very end that rounds out the rose, the tonka bean, the leather, and the tobacco. It's a really smooth fragrance. And I think that this is the like a date night driver, a statement fragrance. This is the scent that you wear when you really want to feel like you.
Yeah, man. Yo. Now I don't know how y'all feel, but me personally, this, and you know what? This wasn't in my original 3, but this is good, y'all. One of these might have to kick rocks, might have to come off of that podium. Good God. All right, let's go ahead and talk about it. All right. So in the top, you've got rose and tonka bean, okay? In the heart, you've got leather, cinnamon, and tobacco, like you said. And then in the base, you got amber, vanilla, and patchouli. Y'all. The thing I like most about this is the texture to it. I always talk about texture. This is a drier fragrance. All right. It's not creamy. Okay. The rose that's in here is a fresh rose. It almost blends in with the sweetness and the cinnamon. All right. It gives me a feel of Portrait of a Lady without the incense. The incense and the raspberry and Portrait of a Lady turns it. Well, you know what? I don't like doing that because when you take those 2 notes out, it changes the whole composition of the fragrance. So we're just going to say this. All right. Floral. You've got a sweet and spicy floral. You've got a dryness, a kind of roughness, an edge to it from the leather. Okay. Then you've got the tobacco. The tobacco gives me a dry feeling, not really creamy, not a pipe tobacco. It's more of almost a cigar style of tobacco. All right, like a light cigar style. It's dry. Okay. It's earthy. It almost feels leafy. All right. The vanilla in here is sweet, adding to the sweetness. It's actually adding to the amber because you know what? I really don't get a vanilla feel off my skin. I get more of a sweet amber.
Mm-hmm. There is amber in there as well.
Yeah, I get more of a sweet amber, a earthy tobacco, and a dry, sweet yet spicy cinnamon with a feel of rose in there. All right. Now, the rose is not one that you're going to off top recognize. It's not a strong rose note. However, with that sweetness, you get the floral feel. All right. And the way that it comes across is almost like a petal of rose, like a couple of petals of rose, not the full plant, but a couple of petals where you get the feeling in the midst of it. All right. This is really good, man.
Thank you.
This has got to be, I would expect this to be something that a lot of men would move towards purchasing more than anything.
A lot of men and women really enjoy Vada Vanille. A lot of women enjoy Vada
Really?
Vanille. So in February, when we sold out of all of our fragrances, we had this one live where the women were raving about Ivada Vanille, and they bought every single bottle I had. It's that serious.
Yeah, man. And and I can't help but bring this up, y'all, because I need the YouTubers to step it up just a little bit in the support. But let's keep it a buck, man. Hey, Koroma has been wheeling and dealing and making moves all over TikTok. All right. So I know where them sales going. You know what I'm saying? Because I popped up on several lives with my boy Sensitarian. All right.
Yes, sir.
In there. Who else? Who else did you have? Of course, the one with Aroma. All right,
Mhm.
with our guy Esteban, but it was another one on TikTok that I hopped in on, and you were in there. And I was like, "Dang, this boy just moving, man, swimming through these TikTok streets, man. What's going on?"
Yeah, I've definitely been on a number of lives, but it's just because I enjoy connecting with the people. Like, I think there's a difference between just transacting and building connections. And when I started this brand, I actually started in my college room dorm. And my goal when I started was really to bring people together using my passion for fragrance. I would post up in the library and wait for people to walk by, and as they smell the fragrances, spark conversation and bring people together. And it was beautiful because, having the opportunity to find community on the TikTok space where people are constantly enjoying fragrances, constantly consuming and talking about what they're smelling. It's like it gives me the opportunity to connect with people all over the world. And that was always my goal. Previous to that, I had kind of just been just on the Instagram space, but realizing just how many people were there after I realized that I spent so much time connecting with everyone, it was a great time. And it's like you'll come across so many amazing people,
True.
genuinely amazing people, and that's what I've enjoyed the most because it's less about how beautiful of a fragrance, the scent itself is, so much as it is the people who are wearing the scents themselves. And it's so important to make sure that you're dealing with good and genuine people because the interaction isn't a transaction, it's a connection. So much so that, like, as I'm meeting everyone, even as I met you, right, being able to connect in person, it feels like we've known each other for years, and that's what it's all about.
I'm telling you, it's the personal conversations, the in-person conversations that you have that draws you closer. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like all the people that I've talked to, it was nothing like the short conversations that we had as Sin Explorer. You know what I'm saying? All the times I messaged you or left a voice message or whatnot, that was cool and everything. But when I actually got to meet you in person, dap you up, give you a hug, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I met you, Average Joe, Walt, you know what I'm saying? My guy Tastemaker. It was just different. It was at that point, it was like, okay. Yeah, we really cool. You know what I'm saying? My
Uh-huh.
boy Frag Sport Rav, when it's just different when you really get to meet in person, man.
Yeah.
Because you could be anybody online, you know. You could literally be anybody. And the truth of the matter is when you're in person, man, there's a vibe, there's a feeling, there's an energy. You know what I'm saying? Bless you, my boy.
Thank you.
There's it's just a realness that you get in those moments make the smallest interactions in those times just more deeper. You know what I'm saying?
No, they really do. They really do. And I felt that when I went to Scent Explorer. Scent Explorer in what was it? December was the first expo that I had been to. So it was a great time being able to experience that in real time.
And y'all, that's when I bought this from him off top. I got it right out of his right out of his hand. I was like, hey, let me go ahead and get it on the shop. You know what I mean? And hey, since then we've been in stone trying to work something out. I knew I was gonna get you on here for sure.
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, man. But shout out to my girl Fraxis. All right, Simone. She's gonna be down here come the weekend after Mother's Day. She said, let brother Koromas know she got 2 orders in. He can pack them together. Don't judge her.
I got you. Don't worry.
And my guy Jason, man, the one of the 3 legs of the tripod that is sips and sniffs. He wants to know, when does the sale end?
The sale is going to end on Mother's Day.
On Mother's Day. All right. So there you have it. Okay. Here we go. Oh, and then we got a bunch of people asking which one you order and whatnot. My girl Alicia, she said, what's up, man? She said, Evada Vanille is her favorite. I get it. I see why too. We have some similar tastes as far as fragrances and whatnot. And I could see her really enjoying Evada Vanille. You know what I'm saying? For real. I could see it. All right. Oh my God. But see, this is what you get. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Mondo, you come through, I'm gonna give you a hug, man.
And that's the fun part about the events too, because it's like, you know, a lot of I don't always realize it because it's just so genuine and consistent. Like even in Chicago, Scent Explore, like whenever we're meeting, it's always love. And to the point where as like we're selling and we're in the heat of just dealing with the influx of customers coming by, ready to smell the fragrances, ready to purchase and whatnot. Like we have to make time to take pictures because we all want to make sure that we're saving these moments because it's not just about the fragrance, but it's about the connection. And I'm telling you, like it's honestly priceless, and it really humbles me because it started with genuine intention. The brand and me even getting into curating fragrances started with genuine intention, and being here now in these spaces where I have the opportunity to connect with everyone and see how my fragrances have impacted them. I'm just very grateful for the opportunity, honestly.
Yeah, man. Well, you part of this cul-de-sac now. You, like I said, you've been interviewed by Terrence, who got you on Mr.
Yeah.
Cologne last year during what you call it, during the Black Fragrance Week. My guy
Hmm.
Charm, who got you on there and talked about your brand and whatnot. I think that was at the beginning of last year.
Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
so yeah, you are and my girl Alicia. So in Esteban. So you are family now, man. Like it or not, you know what I'm saying. So you can
Thank
stay
you.
out of those TikTok streets. You know what I'm saying. Every once in a while, you get travel over here to YouTube, man. But
I
shout out
do
to
need to spend some more time on YouTube for sure.
Hey man, we're gonna get you on here because I gotta bring you back to do the sense and sounds part. Today we're talking about you and the brand. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm trying to do 2-part series with all the creators. Well, with the creators, I try to do it in one, but with the brands and the brand ambassador or the brand creators, let me just say that. All right. For the
Hmm.
perfumers and the brands, I try and get them in one, but a lot of times, like on these interviews, it's always better to do it in two because when we break down, especially when you've got 5 fragrances, 6 technically. Um, and I like to do the sense and sounds part where you match up the fragrance with the song. You
Hmm.
know, it takes a little while because we're gonna talk, man. We're gonna talk about the music, we're gonna talk about the fragrance, we're gonna talk about how we feeling, the vibe, and everything. So we're gonna get you back on here for that for sure for part two, man. We're gonna set
Absolutely.
something up for sure. All right. And
Looking forward to
I won't say God willing, all right, but
it.
if something should come the weekend of the 14th and 15th, I'll see you there. Okay.
I hear that. I hear that.
For real, man. For real. But yeah, shout out to Ralph, man. You know, like you said, man, it's just so much different in person, man. Getting to meet that gentleman and then getting to meet Sergio Momo. Oh my gosh. Hey, I'm a fanboy for Zerjov. It is what it is. All right. We gonna be who we are, all right. You're gonna say get together. Man, these guys, Lord have mercy. Anyway, all right. So that was that was Ivana. Man. This is easily moved into my top three. All right. So something's gonna have to go. All right, something's gonna have to go. So we'll go on to the next one. We got two more because I don't have that Sugar Hill, but boy, that might be. Hey, it explain this. Sugar Hill, is it in the EDP too, or is it
It's
only in
only
it?
in the straight. Only in the straight.
So that one right there, y'all, is 225. But he got the 25% off. So
And I do not normally include Sugar Hill on these sales. It's only because I'm feeling generous this time around, guys. Only because I'm feeling generous.
I hope y'all heard that. So all right. So we gonna move on to the next one, man. Because I if nobody else appreciates it, I appreciate it. All right. So yeah. All right, man. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one, man. I got vanilla bourbon. Now, this is the one that was a talk of the town last year. Um, Shortly after Terrence interviewed you, and then definitely during the time and after Charm interviewed you as well. This is the one that there's so many people in our space, especially on IG, we're talking about. All right. Um, Look, you know what's funny? I forgot to bring up the page, but go ahead. Tell us about that one, man. Tell us
Vanilla
about,
bourbon.
yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry I interrupted.
You good. You good. No, I said, go ahead and tell us about it.
So
Vanilla bourbon. Yeah.
vanilla bourbon is very special for a few different reasons. Now, this fragrance was born from me actually creating an image of my girlfriend. Now, I wanted to create a scent and the profile that it is that really felt like her. And at the time, she had a scent that she really enjoyed, and it was some smoky vanilla. And I started toying with this Tunisian patchouli that I had on hand that was really strong and chocolatey, very earthy in essence, and I didn't necessarily know what to do with it. And I said, you know what? Why not try to basically round out the strong aspect of that earthy patchouli with a sweet and warm vanilla? And what I did was I put it on her skin, and it was interesting because what started out as something that was very, very dark, it starts to smell smoky first. And
Mm.
as it dries down, the two notes, the vanilla and Tunisian patchouli, come together, and you get what smells like a bourbon. And it was honestly interesting to see it blossom into my best-selling fragrance because it started with very, very intimate intentions with somebody special to me. And I realized after creating this scent that, it's so much easier creating in the image of people because what ends up happening is you have and you curate from a space where people can truly feel the connection, truly feel the essence behind the fragrance. Now, vanilla bourbon is a natural aphrodisiac because of that Tunisian patchouli, guys. So
Hmm.
this is the type of fragrance that you wear when you're looking to make a statement and you want them living in your skin because you will get followed wearing vanilla bourbon. It's one of those fragrances.
You know, this is really nice, man. Look, I know it's called vanilla bourbon, and I could see where someone would get this on skin and would they, okay, there's a boozy feel to this. And I think it's from that dirtiness of the patchouli, man. The
Hmm.
patchouli, and there's one thing in here that's kind of different from other ones that kind of gives it a twist as well. And it's not the vanilla, it's that vanilla bean. And that vanilla bean is somehow, I feel, I've seen it in other things. Look, I've been a nerd, okay? So I've seen some other fragrances, looked up vanilla bean and how it interacts with different notes and whatnot on and fragrances, and it is giving off like a sweet creaminess in the midst of the dry vanilla in here, because that patchouli is giving it almost a boozy twist, but it gives that sweetness of the vanilla, a little bit of a, how do you say, a tweak in a sense. But yeah, this is really good, man. Look, you've got some creaminess in the midst of dry, earthy, sweet vanilla.
Yes, sir. And it is our best seller.
And there's a little dirtiness to this too. This is not a clean patchouli. This is
Not at
not just
all.
earthy and clean. This is earthy and kind of dirty.
It's
It
dark.
is definitely darkening and dirtying up that vanilla, man. Definitely.
And that's where you get the darkness from in the juice. And that's actually why we decided to put it in our clear bottles because we want people to see it. This looks like juice you could literally drink out of the bottle. A
Yeah.
bourbon, a true bourbon. And it's from that Tunisian patchouli.
That's good, man. It's been good. This was definitely on my top three originally. I'm not sure if I'm ready to take it down, but that vanilla is still up there, man. But this is good. The way
Thank
you
you.
put this together, look, I'm big on looking at notes, seeing how it's put up, and I love fragrances that provide a texture on skin. Like I said, you've got creaminess in the midst of some dry notes, a dry feel. You've got a clean yet sweet, but a dirty, dark patchouli, and it gives it all off at once if you just sit back and you just feel it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's one thing to smell it, it's another thing to sit back and smell and feel it. This is good, man.
But you see, that's exactly what it's designed to do, make people feel something. I want people to feel something when they're wearing this fragrance. Any of my fragrances.
Yeah, this is definitely one this should evoke some confidence. This should evoke and your partner, there should be some lustful intentions depending on how she feels about you. You know what I'm saying? Or
That's
how
right.
he feels about you. You know what I'm saying? Because this is unisex. Don't get it twisted. My ladies, especially Alicia, hey, you can wear this. Oh yeah. Yeah. This is definitely a good one, man. This is definitely good, man.
Thank you.
And the funny thing is on here it says it's a natural aphrodisiac. Vanilla bourbon awakens the deepest, most hidden desires within, pulling at the very roots of attraction, offering a fragrance that does more than seduce. It ignites passion, invites intimacy, and leaves an unforgettable impression on all who encounter it. This is good, man.
Thank you.
This is good. All right. So we're done with four. All right. At the end of this, I'm gonna have to give my top three from the house, not including Sugar Hill. All right, because I'm pretty sure it make top three, but right now I don't have it on skin, and I definitely want to be precise on my top three, but it is definitely an honorable mention that I got to get my hands on. So that right there, y'all, vanilla bourbon. All right, so all right, we're gonna go to the last one of his signatures, y'all. Gonna go to the last of the five signatures they initially released on the Discovery set, and that is Trance. Now, Will, I hope you're still here because Trance was one that I actually enjoyed. And if you get the Discovery set, if you happen to get the Discovery set, which I encourage everybody to do, okay? Trance is definitely one for the summer/spring. Okay. Tell us about Trance, Chrome, man. Tell us about how you came up with that one, man.
So trance was another failure again. Now I decided to create a masculine leading fragrance with trance. I said, let me work with some. Usually, I don't work with citrus notes, but I said, let me test it out because I avoided like the plague. And I was like, let's work with some deep citruses, some Haitian vetiver, some Tunisian patchouli again, because I really enjoyed what I was able to accomplish with vanilla bourbon. And I added some lavender in there as well. But what was interesting is not only did I use bergamot, but I threw in some grapefruit as well. And grapefruit is another one of those notes and fruits that just make you feel alive when you're eating it, when you're smelling it. It smells very refreshing. And with this scent, trance is a mix of vanilla, Tunisian patchouli. There is some Haitian vetiver, um, as well as mint, lavender, and I think I'm missing something else. There's also some honeysuckle in there as well. But it's such a strong and beautiful fragrance. This is the type of scent that literally puts you in a trance. And when I arrived at the name, I knew that it only could be called trance because that's exactly what the experience is when you put it on skin.
Okay, let me have my Kevin Samuels moment. All right, you go ahead and get in here. All right. In the opening, you get mint, bergamot, grapefruit, and pink pepper. The mint is giving it a freshness, a carrying freshness. All right. The mint is also making it so aromatic. It's adding to the sillage. All right. The pink pepper, a lot of people are like, oh, pink pepper, what is that? Pink pepper is brightening up that grapefruit and bergamot. I mean, it's making it scream off skin. The lavender is giving it a soft accord. It's kind of it's giving it almost like a clear covering that makes it more, how do you say, it makes it more detectable in the air as you walk by.
Hmm.
It's adding to the sillage, man. It's adding to the sillage, but it's also adding to that mint. It's giving it a almost like a menthol type of feel. All right. Definitely, definitely one that'll put you in a trance, especially if you're up close. This is one that you want to spray. You want to walk outside to a Sunday fun day. All right. You want to be at happy hour on the patio. Okay. This is one that, I mean, if you are at a day party, this will be good. All right. It's going to it's going to have a conversation with whoever walks by you, whether you like it or not.
Hmm.
That's literally what's going to happen. Okay. Now, think about it. You can get some of the dirty earthiness in here. So that Haitian vetiver, that dryness is going to come through after a few minutes on skin. You're going to get that. You're going to get the patchouli as well. But the thing that's nice about it is that it's not so dirty that it's overwhelming. It just gives it almost a yin and yang effect. It takes, it's like, oh man, how do you've got bright, clean, fresh from the grapefruit, bergamot, mint, lavender, and the pink pepper. But then you've got not necessarily a dark, but you've got kind of a musky, kind of a heavier feel, a heavier, dirtier, earthier feel from it. That's just, I don't even know how to put it. It's just, if one is pulling, the other one is pushing, but it makes it a dynamic that will literally put you in a trance. It's a dynamic that if you smell it, it will definitely bring about questions in your mind. All right. It definitely will grab attention. It's definitely one that I would recommend everybody get their nose on, man. Why such a offsetting combination within here? You know what I'm saying?
Because
Why clean and bright and then kind of dirty and kind of earthy?
because I feel like this is the depth that a beautiful fragrance has to offer. I feel like I enjoy multi-dimensional fragrances where the top notes, the middle notes, and the bottom layer literally take you on a journey. It's an experience in a sense opposed to it being a smell good. And that's what I mean when I say these fragrances are experience that walk you through what it's like to grow up in a space that's culturally rich and as Harlem, because it's like this is the confidence that I felt encapsulated in scent growing up there, and that's what I want people to feel.
This is good, man. This is good. Now I remember Will. This is one that I would definitely say you could wear in the high heats. I definitely say this is one that you should wear outdoors. All right, but I would say that this is one that you need to get your nose on. After smelling this and coming back to it, I do remember that this was in my top three. But for whatever reason, I don't know how I got past Evada Vanille. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I gotta go with bourbon vanilla. I gotta go with Evada Vanille and oh man, Chrome, you got some good ones on here. Man. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Montmorency. I'm gonna stay true to who I am. Those are them. I love rose. I love tobacco. I love cinnamon, and I love a good cherry. There's not very many out there that I can say that I'm enamored with, but this one right here, this has to be my number three.
I
Now coming
appreciate
in at a
that.
strong four, I'm definitely gonna go with Catalyst. All right, Trans being my fifth, but all these definitely can find a home in someone's collection easily. I do have a gentleman on here. He wanted to know which one from you is the Oud blend. That was
Catalyst.
Catalyst. Catalyst.
That's
And
this
it is a
bottle right
white
here.
oud. Yes, it's almost like a white oud feel, like a musky. Not no, because I don't want to say musky, thinking that it's going to be heavy musk, but it's almost like a murky oud, but not too heavy. Still very aromatic. Gives it more of a woody feel for me on my skin, but definitely nice. Definitely nice.
And guys, these are the type of fragrances that last on skin all day long. So a lot of brands will tell you they're giving you an extrait de parfum, right? And I want to give you a very clear way of determining whether or not you truly have an extrait. So what you want to do is you want to take your bottle, spray your wrist, give it at least 1 to 2 sprays, and you want to look to see if there is an oil sheen on skin after you spray it. See, after the alcohol dries down, that oil sheen is still very much so present, and it looks almost as though you have applied moisture to that direct location, right? And that's how you can tell you have a true extrait de parfum, because it's supposed to be highly concentrated, you guys. Now,
Definitely.
this is rare quality.
Yeah, and I will say this, and this ain't shot at nobody, but also it's the oil that you use to. It's the quality of the oil that you use to that makes a difference. So this is definitely one that's gonna last. I ain't gonna. You remember what happened last time? Sugar Hill. I think I saw you out there around like 2 o'clock. I came back and did my live at 8. It was still on me around like 11 o'clock, like before I went to sleep.
Hmm.
So it lasts. Oh, it lasts. And that was off of, I think we did 3 sprays on skin. I said, give me 3 just because I'm not going to be able to review it for another few hours. 3 sprays on the back of my hand lasted 9 hours minimum. That was just when I went to sleep. I don't know if it was still on there at 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know. But yes, they are gonna last. So definitely, man. No, but Corona, man, these are some really good fragrances, man.
Thank you,
I hate
brother.
that I'm just now talking to you, but these are some that people really need to get their nose on, man. And here's a discovery set, y'all, for those who weren't here earlier. Look, hold on 1 second, man. Here's the discovery set. All right, you get K cents on there. All right, open it up. Of course, got the writing right here, and then There you go. The juice, the decants of juice, man. I'm telling you. And trust me, even if, even if you don't get them all, you will enjoy every single one of them. I think so. At least I enjoyed all of them. You know what I'm saying? Um, Will, you said, am I giving that away? Not today, brother. All right. I need to figure out which ones I'm going to get. Okay. Once I figure out which ones I'm going to get, then maybe I can do a giveaway of the set. But right now, I don't give away discovery sets until I get which ones I want. So we're gonna have to wait on that one. We're gonna have to wait on that one. But yes, but yeah, man. But look, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful fragrances, man. I mean, to the point where I'm actually excited to see what else you got coming. I tell you what, I know you can't reveal everything, but tell us tell us a little bit about the ones that you got coming.
So what I can say is I have another fragrance that is going to be named after a very significant space in Harlem. And interesting enough, I've been searching for some inspiration as of late. And we actually just went to Cali this last weekend, and we went out to Perfumers Apprentice's lab to work through some of their notes, and we got a tour of their lab. And I had the opportunity to put my nose on some notes that I've really been thinking about using. Um, and I actually created a fragrance while I was there. And I'm telling you, like I've smelled so many different things that I plan to have come to life in these new fragrances. So excited to actually put it out there and give you guys an opportunity to see what's going on. But I can't give away too much. But what I will say is, it took me 2 years to create Sugar Hill, and it was a mark and a new shift in my creation process and just the way that I approach scent. So you can expect as great, if not more, from the fragrances to come very soon.
Okay. Is there a particular special note that we might be able to look forward to?
Russian leather.
Russian leather. All right. Russian leather. Hey, y'all look forward to it, man. I tell you what, like I said, man, I'm looking forward to it, man. Look, I'll ask you one that 1,000,001 people are wondering right now, too. All right. For everything that you've created and whatnot, got anything blue coming?
Not just yet.
I just, yeah. Okay. All right. No, that's the number one question. When the people talk about something that's coming, if you haven't created one already, everybody wants to know, do you have a blue one? Or do you have a freshie? So yeah, but that's a bet, man. I tell you what. All right, and let me ask you this: is there anything else that you want to tell the people?
Absolutely. So we will be in Atlanta at the Black Nose Lab next weekend. May 9th from 2 to 6 p.m., you guys. So if you're in the Atlanta area and you haven't had the opportunity to meet me and sample the collection, definitely make sure to pop out and come see us at the Black Nose Lab, you guys. I really appreciate you for having me. And if you haven't already, please do make sure to take advantage of our 25% off sale for the month of May in celebration of Mother's Day and my birthday month. The promo code is restocked, you guys. And I really appreciate you for tapping in, learning more about my story, and I appreciate you, Hidden Gems, for having me.
Man, look, this has been a long time coming. I'm just glad that we finally were able to make it happen. So,
Absolutely.
no, you no need to thank me, man. I thank you for coming on here. Like I said, man, really incredible. All right, really good fragrances. I really believe everybody needs to at least get them on skin and get your nose on it. I think they're quality, and I expect big things from the brand going forward.
Thank you,
Just need
brother. I
some more
appreciate that.
eyes and need some more eyes and some investors out there. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, for sure. We've been going really well. We've been doing really well, though.
All right. Well, hey, also, I know, well, at least I am to assume you're probably not going to have a booth at Scent Explorer, but are you planning on going back this year?
We'll be there. I will be there. I'm thinking about the booth. I'm not entirely sure just yet, but I may do it.
Okay. All right. That's a bit, man. Well, yeah, I know they pricey though. They are pricey. I know a lot of people were complaining about it. Some people were doing meetups and interview or meetings and whatnot away from the event, but I guess we'll see. We'll
We
see.
will see.
Give me 1 second. Let me go ahead and put this in here. Restock will get you 25%, y'all. And percent off on website. All right. Let me go ahead and put that in. And the date, you said May 9th, correct?
Mm-hmm.
May 9th in Atlanta at the Black Nose. What was it? Black Nose Lab?
Yes,
Black
Savoir Fair in Atlanta.
of Savoir Faire. Yes, my guy Chris Classic. All right.
Yes, sir.
Savoir Faire. All right. You will be
Shout
there.
out to Chris.
Koromas will be in attendance. I got you. All right. Shout out to him, man. He's doing some really great things for the community and not just black community, the fragrance community too, man.
Oh yeah, he's a great, great guy for real.
For sure. For sure. And real quick, let me make sure that I answered all the questions that people were asking, okay?
Mm-hmm.
My guy Mundo wants to know if you were going to make it to the Pineapple Festival that's out there in Cali.
Oh, when is that?
Mundo, put it in the chat when the Pineapple Festival. It's called Pineapples Award. I'm not sure.
I don't know anything about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me get this question real quick. Because shout out to my guy Dutch. All right. He wanted to know what's a DNA you have a tough time with that you're trying to master.
Um. Well, that's a part of what I'm working on right now with the fragrances I'm trying to drop. When I was working on the fragrance that I made in Perfumer's Apprentice, I think
Uh-huh.
trying to level out the tobacco with the Russian cream, I mean, excuse me, the Russian leather
Okay.
and some plumeria was pretty tough. But I'm working on building that balance. That's the DNA I'm struggling with. But that fragrance is going to be the next scent to drop. And I
Did you
just
say?
gave you guys low key, I gave you guys more notes in the scent.
Yeah. Hey, did you say plumeria though?
Yes, I did.
Oh wow. For those who don't know, that's also known as frangipani, frangipani, or whatnot. I love plumeria. I ain't gonna lie. Plumeria only got me because back in the day, I remember it was a fragrance from Bath and Body Works that my mom used to always buy. And oh my God, I loved it. It had plum plumeria or plum and frangipani. I love that note. All right. It goes well with those sweet but somewhat tart fruits. So I definitely look forward to seeing what that is about, man, for sure. Oh, and there he is right there, man. Shout out to Esteban, man. He
Oh,
says,
what's going on, Esteban?
yeah, Mason Dow Max. All right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But yes, man. Yes, man. AGB, settle down. All right. Anyway, dude, the people in the vertical are crazy. All right. But yeah, man. Hey, I appreciate you for coming out, man. We're gonna have to get you on here for part two. Go ahead and know that you're gonna have to find 5 songs. All right,
Okay.
5 songs to link as far as vibe and feeling to your 5 fragrances, your signature fragrances. Now you can get another one. You can do 6. I'll allow you to do 6. All right.
Okay.
I kind of figured, if anything, of course you were going to come out and initially, do one of the original, you know, what was it? The original song for your Sugar Hill,
Yeah.
I didn't know for sure, you know what I mean? But hey, it is what it is. But I mean, we need 5 songs for your signatures. And you know what? Yeah, go ahead and make a 6th one, um, for Sugar Hill. Just something that gives you the same vibe. Well, now we're gonna bring you on here. I'm gonna ask you to send me the names so I can download them and we gonna jam out, man. You
All
know what I'm saying?
right. Sounds good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But I tell you what, give me a little bit. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna hit you up, man. I know for whatever reason, I've only been able to straight contact you either through the DMs on social media or if I call you, and that's been the weirdest thing because when I text you, I know you're not getting it because for some reason it keeps coming up as like instead of SMS text, it says MMS, and sometimes it doesn't go through. I've been having that
So
with several
that
people.
that's probably because it's my business phone. So it's the first phone to die. So that's you probably been catching me when it's dead.
Okay, okay. Because I was like, man, what is going on? But I know other people who have been getting who I've been looking in there, and it'll say like MMS text not sent, and I'll have to go back later and convert it to a SMS,
Yeah,
and it
that
goes
happens
through.
sometimes. Yeah.
And so it's been the weirdest thing. But I got you. I will hit you up after this, and we will talk. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna go ahead and let you go
All
to
right,
the.
man. I appreciate you for having me again. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Go ahead and let you go to the smooth sounds of the Sugar Hill Gang.
Here's Wonder Mike, Hank, and
All right,
Master
y'all. Have a
G,
great
the
night.
All
Sugar
right,
Hill
baby.
Gang.
Now what you hear is not a test. I'm rapping to the
Rapping
beat.
to the beat.
And me,
It's just
the
me,
groove,
my
and
group,
my friends are
and my
gonna try
group.
to
Gonna
move
try
your
to
feet.
move your
You
feet.
see, I am Wonder Mike, and I like to say hello. Up to the black, to the white, the red, and
Ah, yes, 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 man. Hey, that was James Koromas, baby. Hey, man, look, I'm telling y'all right now, if you have not gotten your nose on his stuff, go check him out. All right. Discovery set is all of $50. All right. I think you can either get the 15% off code if you subscribe and whatnot. But at this point, check and see. I think Restocked also gets you 25% off of there too. But if not, trust me, $50 is well worth it for this. All right. 15% off. $50. What is that? 7. So yeah, 42.50. Either way, get your nose on the Discovery set for real. It's really good. It's really good. All right. I am convinced that if you smell if you smell the discovery set, there's one that you'll want. And like I said, if you want the X straight, it's 225 until Mother's Day. Mother's Day, the 25% goes off, is no longer available. But if you like the EDP, which is just as good, it's just not as heavy on the oil concentration. Um, it's 150. So you get 25% off of that. So check them out, see what you can do, and go from there, man. Look, my guy Roma said trance is interesting. Alicia in here saying, yeah, check them out. I'm telling y'all, it's it's some juice you want to get on skin. Uh, and you want to get your nose on it for real. Hey, look, each of the EDPs is 112 plus tax. Check them out, man. Check them out. But yeah, man. Hey, with that being said, man, hey, I appreciate y'all for coming out. I'm not about to end this. I just wanted to say one more thing, man. Hey, y'all saw the other day your boy got that stronger with you powerfully. Shout out to Jason and everybody else who talked about it briefly. All right. Well, your boy happened to go back. All right. I told y'all. I told y'all about the other one that recently came out. All right. Now they got it hiding in the women's section, but this thing is definitely unisex, and I would definitely tell most of my men to get your nose on. All right, your boy went and got it. Shout out to the lady that was helping me over there at Dillard's, and she gave me the 1.7 and then some samples, y'all. Let me tell you about this. I got that Prada Carbon Lunarosa, and I got that YSL Y Iced Cologne. Shout out to Mundo Dutch and everybody that's in the four average nose people. Yeah, the average nose people. All right. Y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all like this. All right. YSL Y Iced is a sin on all fragrances that say that they are iced. That is the muskiest mint note that I've ever smelled. And I love YSLY EDP, YSLY Parfum. I even like the intense version, but this That is not a good ice note. All right. That mint note, I definitely think it should be cleaner. I think it should have been brighter. It should have been gone from there. So, yeah. Let me get back in here. Aromas said 26-year-old perfumer with skills. Definitely go show him some love. Go show him some love, man. Let me see here. That girl said, I'm going to be 40 till Jesus call me. All right. Appreciate your Aroma, man. Appreciate you. Yes, Alicia. I am talking about musty. All right. It's not. I don't think it's a good ice note. I know my guy Walt likes it and whatnot, but I'm gonna tell you this. The mint and what is that? And I want to say Catalyst. The mint note in Catalyst and Koromas. Wait, no, that's not Catalyst. Let me go back. What is the mint note in? Where were we? And Trance is brighter, cleaner. All right. It elevates the grapefruit and the citrus. All right. Which is what the mint note and YSL Ice should have done, but it didn't. Instead, it gave it a muskiness. It tried to make it icy, but it fell short of icy white Air Forces and turned into those dirty Air Forces that Felicia was wearing on Friday. All right. They were supposed to be icy white, but they've been walked a mile in. For real. So, with that being said, hey, but this right here, hey, man, it's a banger all day. Now, I'm still going to go ahead and get this on skin and do an official review. But you know what? I think I found my 5 top designers so far that I've truly enjoyed to a point where I actually wanted to buy one. So we're going to talk about it, y'all. But, hey, man, that being said, well, give me a second. I heard people, did I hear a comeback? Do I smell a comeback? Let's see what's going on. Toronto up on Cleveland. Cleveland trash. Are y'all joking me? Orlando ass. All right, Orlando's ass. Orlando is trash, okay? Orlando is trash, all right? They were down, they were up 24, and then they lost the game by 14. I mean, third quarter, what was everybody on the side saying? Fight back! Fight back! This is horrible. Oh, my God. You know what? I haven't even watched it, but something about this just says rigged. Something about this says that NBA needs some money. The fact that they are going to a 7th game at 3-3, it just screams of something that they need more views, they need more TV sales, more ads, they need more money. But it is what it is, man. Shout out to them. You know, I guess we'll get to see another one on Saturday or Sunday. Gonna mess up my live on Sunday now. Yeah. But anyway, y'all, hey, appreciate y'all for coming out. Expect some reviews on some of this stuff. And, man, go support my guy, James Koroma, man. Look, get your nose on the Discovery set, see if you can get you one and go from there, man. For real. I'm telling you right now. Definitely need to make it happen. Appreciate that, AGB. Appreciate it, man. Hey, man. Hey. Just trying, bro. Just trying, man. But seriously, fragrance is subjective, so all I'm doing is passing on my subjectivity. That's all I can do. I did want to go ahead and point out someone, man. Shout out to the brother in here. I don't ever want to miss a comment, but I know I missed this one. I meant to say it while Koroma was on. But shout out to my guy. He was on the vertical, man. Let me see here. He was on the vertical earlier, and he was talking about how he had bought a there it is, Drastic, man. Shout out to Drastic, man. I'm sorry I missed this. I highlighted it. I forgot to come back to it. But man, what's good, man? He purchased the Montmorency at the Dallas Fragrance Experience, and I do remember the brother. I do believe I remember him. I think he is the guy with the glasses, maybe shades, maybe. But yeah, man, he said he was wearing an orange and green shirt. I do remember the shirt. I do remember the dark skinned brother. All right, not too dark. He a little darker than me, but he good. You know what I'm saying? All love, Dallas Fragrance family. You know. And he said, God bless both of you guys. So much love and continued success. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Look, if you're still in here, man, I'm sorry I didn't point this out earlier, but shout out to you, my guy. Shout out to you. And hey, at the next event, because I know you be outside. You was dressed to impress. So I know you be outside. Holla at your boy. Let me know what's going on, man. I apologize for not bringing that up earlier. But again, with all that being said, man, thank y'all for coming out, man. Appreciate y'all for coming out and to the channel. You know, you could have been anywhere but here, but you chose to be here. And for that, we appreciate it, man. All of us, even those that couldn't be here with us today. You know what I'm saying? If y'all got time and y'all got a drink, you know, pour out a little bit for my homies Jason Vircher and Ikrum. You know what I mean? Hopefully they'll be back. But until then, you know, pour out a little liquor for the homies. And we'll go from there. But hey, with all that being said, all right, let every sip be a sip of inspiration and every sniff lead to a new discovery, man. Appreciate y'all again. Love y'all. Hey, remember family first. And also, real quick, before I let y'all go, I know you're like, God, dog, Jibs. Let us go. All right. Prayers up for one of the Fragrance family's members. All right. Prayers up for my guy, Duck 212. All right. You know, a lot of people don't want to ask for prayer, and that's fine. But me personally, I take it upon myself to ask people to pray for others that I know might need it. Just pray for them. Can't give details at this time. Don't really want to give details until he's ready. So just pray for him. Finally caught up with him. You know, keep him in your prayers, y'all. Keep him in your prayers. You know, a lot of things going on in the world today between what the government's doing to our pockets, what the government's doing to other governments, to other countries and whatnot. It's just a lot of things happening, you know. So although this is a fragrance space, man, always remember, seriously, we are truly family. Now, if you need prayer, if you need words of encouragement, feel free to reach out to me or anybody else that's up for it. All right. And I promise you, man, even if it only takes a few minutes, I will be more than happy to pray for you, you know, and all that you're going through. And I promise you, if you don't want me to talk about it, that's fine. But I will forever ask the prayer warriors in this family, in this chat, on this channel, all right, to pray for those in need. All right. So with that being said, man, love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a blessed evening. I will see y'all. I'm going to try and go live again tomorrow, all this weekend. I'm definitely going to go live on Sunday. You know, we got to have church. All right. Praise God. And praise Frags. All right. No, I'm just joking. But anyway, I will see y'all. If not tomorrow, definitely on Sunday. Y'all be easy. Hey, stay out of trouble. All right, y'all. Till the next one. Here we go. You know what? I'm glad you asked that, Rock Boy. I do, and I will let everybody know what it is on Sunday, all right? Y'all.